Good evening, Rutgers. I'm WeatherWatcher Gabriella Dias here to bring you your forecast for Thursday, November 6th, 2025. When you step outside right now, it's going to be 50 degrees and pretty clear outside. It feels like 50, and the humidity is sitting at a very comfortable 35%, with some northern winds coming in at 7 miles per hour, but not nearly as windy as yesterday. However, if you look at the headline for today, that wind does come back tomorrow, and we do have some showers pushing in this weekend, particularly on Sunday, and a drought does push into this week as we see that fire chance coming up from that, but we'll get into that bit. So look at the current temperatures across the board. We do have some mid 40s across most of South Jersey, the coast hugging at that little 50 mark, but majority of South Jersey is at that upper to mid 40s. And that trend does continue into North Jersey, where we have those mid 40s up in Central Jersey and some low 40s up in the northernest part of the state. But a satellite, we do see that it's very clear outside tonight. We just have some clouds, but mostly pretty clear, not a bit of rain. But looking at the dew point, we see that dryness coming in from when that front passed through last night, which was bringing all that wind. But now it has fully passed through, and we are pretty dry as of right now. But that dryness does not last for long, as we do have some moisture coming in overnight Friday, and we do have some chance of showers going into overnight. So that's why we have that bit of moisture coming in, but it does clear out into Saturday. But that moisture does come right back in for Sunday's storms, which you will get into with the current radar. So we do have some clouds pushing in coming in tonight, which do push into this overnight system coming in from Friday into Saturday. So overnight Saturday, we do have this band of rain, but that does clear out over into the morning Saturday. And we are expected to get 0.2 inches of rain coming in from that system. And we do have some more rain expected to come into Sunday. But overall, Saturday will be a clear day this weekend, which is pretty good. But that wind, as mentioned earlier, does come back in pretty strong tomorrow afternoon, coming in at almost gusts of almost 30 miles per hour in New Brunswick. And that trend does continue across the entire state of those upper 20s and low 30s down here. But that wind does fade through as the day comes on, and by Saturday morning we are back to it being pretty calm. So Saturday will definitely be the better weekend day this week. And then we're looking at the game because we are expected to have a football game coming up this Saturday. So it's pretty good that Saturday is our good day. So we have mostly sunny across the board for Saturday afternoon, and those very comfortable mid 60s for during the game. But looking at that drought, we do have a severe drought in this northwest portion of the state, and moderate drought for most of the western part of the state. And it does clear out as you get closer to the coast, but this northern part of the state was under a high fire chance today, and that is expected to continue into tomorrow as that wind comes through, because dryness and wind are the perfect conditions for fire. So just be pretty alert if you're going to grill anything or anything along the lines of that. Look at the temperature outlook. We are doing pretty good. We are about as we should be for this time of year. A little bit above average in South Jersey, but overall we are perfectly seasonal and in some pretty nice fall temperatures. Looking at the 7-day forecast, tomorrow we're going to be 61, and we do have those overnight showers in between Friday and Saturday, but it does clear up for the majority of Saturday, looking at 67 degrees. And we do have that rain coming back on Sunday. So we have rain, 64 degrees, low of 40. And then the rest of the week, we do have 51 on Monday, partly sunny. And then we have partly sunny on Veterans Day, 46 degrees. So a little chilly, but overall it does rise back up on Wednesday, 54 degrees, and kicking off on next Thursday, 53 degrees. And that'll be it for the forecast. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm WeatherWatcher Gabriella Dias, and thank you for tuning in.